Rice, he's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Jace Becker spins, hangs, complete. Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
It used to be
On the road. Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Henig with a load of steam, and he bowls over.
One as Blake Bergstrom looks to go. Blake Bergstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitania Buffalo Bombers are headed to the state.
Corner, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP. GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM.
We're here.
Hello and welcome to beautiful Alexander, North Dakota, as we are here for an outstanding 9-man matchup in Region 3. 2 undefeated teams, 2 teams ranked in the top 5 in the state of North Dakota, and we couldn't be more excited to bring it to you here this evening on Game Day Media. My name is Titus Stenberg. We want to welcome you into our Hagen Equipment pregame show. My partner for tonight is Ross Sundin. And Ross, this is your first 9-man game of the year. What are you looking forward to here tonight?
I'm looking forward to a lot of offense, Titus. When we look at the Divide County Maroons, I think they've won 5 games by more than 23 points this season. They can really roll it, and so can Alexander, so I'm excited for a good matchup.
Yes, this is going to be probably the premier matchup in all of the state of North Dakota in 9-man football, and this is such a rarity where you get 2 undefeated teams late in the season in the same region and 2 teams that are ranked in the top 5 in the state. And Jackson, if you have a chance, go ahead and pull up those latest 9-man polls. Let's take a look at that. We've got New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock remaining at number 1, Lemoore, Litchville, Marion at number 2, Linton, HMB at number 3, and then right there at 4 and 5 are these 2 teams here tonight. The home team, Alexander, the road team, Divide County. Others receiving votes were Hankinson and Kidder County. Those 2 do have 1 loss against their ledger, but those top 5 are all undefeated, and they've got a lot of playoff expectations heading into the end of the year. This is the second to last game of the year. Next week, both of these teams wrap up their regular season schedules, and tonight would clinch the number 1 seed for whoever wins this game, as regardless of what happens next week, even if one of these teams were to lose, the winner would have the tiebreaker here tonight.
It's a huge matchup, Titus, and the one thing that I find interesting, of course, if you're a football fan and Western North Dakota, you should be in Alexander, North Dakota tonight. This is going to be a good one.
Absolutely. We are so excited to bring it to you here. We want to thank all of our sponsors who make the broadcast of these games possible, specifically our pregame show sponsor, Hagen Equipment. At this time, we are going to take a time out as we are going to try and catch some of the senior night activities that are going on here this evening, and we're also going to visit with the head coaches. Randy Peterson was able to catch up with both head coaches before the game started, and we're going to have those comments to you brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Watford City. So we'll be back. We'll have those coaches' comments and more from the Hagen Equipment pregame show. We'll be back right after this.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
It's going to hit cut. We're here.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around surrounding communities since 1929.
Okay,
Farmers
so
Union
go to
Oil believes in
coaches'
community
comments.
involvement and has supported
And then
numerous
scroll
activities
down.
since the beginning. And as we talk with Divide County co-head coach Nate Nelson, thanks for taking a bit of time with us.
So we should
this
have the
evening, Coach.
cam.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the pregame show. We're excited for the game tonight, and I appreciate Game Day Media's coverage.
Yeah, Coach, your team is off to a perfect 7-0 start and is ranked number 5 in the latest media poll. What's been the key to the Maroons' consistency this year and the success that you've had this season?
Well, we've had a good year so far. We got some really good kids. We got some hard workers. They put a lot of time in their practice, working hard. They do a lot of work in the weight room, getting ready for this. But it's been a fun season, and a lot of that is because the kids have worked so hard for us, done everything we've asked of them to this point.
Tonight's matchup against the undefeated Alexander Comets has big implications, playing for the region title. How are you and your staff approaching this game from a preparation standpoint?
Well, you prepare for every game as if it is for a region title, but when it actually is on the line, you put a little bit more time in watching film. You look at everything. We told the kids when the region championship's on the line, we don't leave any stone unturned when it comes to the game plan and preparation. So we've been doing a lot of different things at practice, experimenting and trying to find what's going to be our best fit for our schemes against what Alexander does. And hopefully we got that figured out for tonight's game.
Offensively, you've been averaging just under 40 points a game while only allowing about 17 points a game so far this season. The Comets, of course, they average just under 43 points a game while allowing only 14 points. So very consistent kind of team makeup between both teams as far as stats go. What will be your biggest challenge on defense against the Alexander Comets tonight?
Well, Alexander likes to run the ball, and they got some big old guys in the line that are big and physical, and they block well, and they got backs that are quick and run hard. All their guys run hard. It doesn't matter who they put back in there in the backfield; they're going to run hard. So slowing down the run and trying to force them into some situations where a second and long and third and long will be critical for us, and hopefully we can get off the field, maybe force them to punt a couple times, maybe get a turnover here or there. That would be very good for our defensive success tonight.
Thanks for the time, Coach. You've been listening to Maroons co-head coach Nate Nelson of the Divide County Maroons. When we come back, we'll visit with the Alexander Comets head coach Trey Jacobson after this timeout.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
And welcome back into our Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City Coaches' Comments here with the Alexander Comets head coach Trey Jacobson. And Coach Jacobson, thanks for taking a bit of time with us this evening.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Coach, this is what high school football is all about. 2 undefeated teams going head-to-head tonight with a lot on the line. Your kids have worked hard all season long to put themselves in this position, and it's got to be an exciting game for you guys tonight down in Alexander against the Divide County Maroons.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I mean, I tell the kids this is why you play, so hopefully we're ready to go with a good atmosphere.
So you've probably seen a lot about Divide County. They're also perfect on the season. They're a tough, well-coached team with co-head coaches Bob Brown and Nate Nelson up there in Divide County. They seem to be physical up front, got a lot of skill in the skilled positions. And what do you feel is going to be a key tonight as you take on the Maroons to put this game in the win column and stay undefeated?
Well, I would just say starting off fast, pad level is going to be huge. Both teams play. I mean, they run the ball, we run the ball. Neither team passes a whole lot. So I think the name of the game is going to be the trenches this week.
So in a game like this, every possession matters. And are you guys at full strength here tonight?
No, we're out. Our senior quarterback, Jacob Novak, won't be playing this week. But other than that, everybody's full go, yep.
You've been in this position before in big games. What will be your final comments coming out of the locker room tonight?
Well, the big thing is you just got to control what you can control. Turnovers become huge, penalties, things like that. I think the team that plays the cleaner game is going to have the upper hand, and just maintaining your focus and your emotions out there. I mean, it's a big game. It's easy to get overhyped. We just got to be ourselves and play our game.
Tell me a little bit how the community is reacting to your perfect season so far.
Well, it's fun. It's fun to walk around town, be around town, go to the cafe, the bar, or whatever. I mean, people are talking about it. They're having fun with it, and it's fun to see.
Well, thanks for the time, Coach. You've been listening with the Alexander Comets head coach, Trey Jacobson. We'll be back as we continue on with our Hagen Equipment pregame show after this timeout. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. I want to thank both of our coaches for interviewing there with Randy Peterson. Thank you to Randy and David for helping out with those coaches' interviews. Once again, those brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil. As we welcome you back to the field here in Alexander, the teams are continuing their warm-ups. We're going to try and catch some of the senior night activities that are going on down here. Hard to believe, but we're almost to the end of another football season as far as regular season action goes, and that is the time of year that we have reached. Let's take a look at the field as I believe they're going to start their senior night activities, and we're going to try and bring that to you right now.
Introducing first, Rope Simonson, accompanied by Chad and Michelle Simonson, and Cassie Cox. Introducing next, Jaden Champion, accompanied by Jason and Trish Champion. Introducing next, Jacob Novak, accompanied by Larry Novak and Tanner Turcotte. Introducing next, Andrew Buford, accompanied by Rose Buford. Let's give a big round of applause for our student athletes near midfield. Thank you for your commitment to academics and athletics in your senior year. Thank you for your hard work for the football program and any sports you play the rest of the year. And another big thank you to the support of the parents for these senior athletes. Once again, let's give them one more round of applause.
So there you have it, senior night in Alexander. A little extra special meaning to this one, not only because of how important it is when you look at the standings and potential playoff seedings, but also with being the last home game of the regular season. Always a special night when you honor your seniors.
Absolutely, Titus. You know, when you're down on the field, you can just feel it in the stands, too. I mean, Alexander, probably one of the finest communities for supporting their sporting community, and they're turning out tonight, and for good reason. They've got 7-0 in the Comets, and I think that the Comets have good things left out in front of them.
Absolutely they do, and a lot to play for with every single game remaining on this schedule. They had a good season last year. A lot of people didn't think that they could improve on it, but here they are, just one home game away and then one road game away from what could be a perfect regular season, going undefeated the whole way. Once again, we want to thank our pregame show sponsor, Hagen Equipment, located right on South Main Street in Watford City. Huge thank you to Clayton and everybody there at Hagen Equipment. At this time, let's take a look at our TNT Measurements Spotlight players. We'll be fighting the sun a little bit here, but Matt is going to try and we'll get started on the Alexander side with Julian Gant. And Julian has turned in an outstanding season already thus far, and he's probably got a little bit of unfinished business on his mind to accomplish. And just listen to some of these stats that he has already put together here this year. He plays both ways, of course, as most kids do in nine-man football, and he is no exception. And let's take a look at Julian Gant. We're going to start on the defensive side of the football. He has 11 tackles, 11 solo assists, both, and then he has 11 pass breakups and 5 interceptions and one of those he returned for a touchdown. And then on offense, he's ran the football 26 times for 270 yards. That's 10.4 yards per carry and 7 rushing touchdowns. And Julian Gant is also the leading receiver of this Alexander offense with 12 catches for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns. Ross, what do you expect to see from Julian Gant here tonight?
Well, he's the entire package, isn't he, Titus? Everything from rushing to receiving, defensively outstanding. So I'm really looking forward to him having a big game tonight. He's going to have a big game tonight if the Comets are going to be successful.
Absolutely. And then let's take a look on the other side there with Divide County's Maverick Wolf. He wears number 70, and Maverick Wolf is a two-way starter as well. And I really want to focus on his defense and his defensive stats coming into action here tonight. 14 tackle assists, 21 solo tackles, 6 TFLs, 3 fumble recoveries, and the stat that really jumped off the stat page at me was 10 sacks. 10 sacks in 9-man football through 7 games. You know Alexander's offensive line is going to have to be aware of where Maverick Wolf is at all times.
At all times. You know, Maverick Wolf, 181-pound senior, obviously very quick off the ball, fast. He can really wreak havoc in the backfield, and I think that Alexander's going to have their hands full trying to defend against him this evening.
Yeah, and he will start both ways. We'll take a little closer look at the starting lineup in our next pregame show segment, but first off, we wanted to focus on those individual players, and once again, the TNT Measurements Spotlight brings you that Spotlight Player segment. TNT Measurements has been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement. When you want it measured right, contact TNT Measurements. The sun still has a little ways to go before it sets, but we are in good shape here. They're going to have the coin toss down on the field. And Ross, you know, the wind had picked up a little bit in the early afternoon hours, and I thought it was going to be blowing, but you were down on the field just a few minutes ago. I don't know that the wind is going to play any effect here tonight. What do you think?
It feels like it's dropping as the sun's setting, and it feels like football weather down there. The temperature's dropping a little bit. You can feel it in the air. Fall is in the air. It just creates a wonderful atmosphere.
Yeah, we have been so blessed all year long with outstanding weather, and tonight is no exception, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun here in Alexander. I think they're getting ready for the coin toss. We're going to keep it right here if they are indeed ready for it. Some of the officials chatting with the captains, and yes, we're going to have the coin toss right now. Not sure if our shotgun mic will be able to pick up what is being said, but we will try to relay that info to you.
Want to make a comment as those captains walk out to the middle of the field. You can see the unity in Divide County. I mean, this is a heavy senior-laden class. They've had some success as freshmen. They stumbled as sophomores. They brought it back as juniors, and this year they're just crushing it. And couldn't be happier for their seniors. It's a nice way to go out.
Absolutely. Yep. Great coaching job there by a couple of long-time co-head coaches, Nate Nelson and Bob Brown. You don't see that too often where two men share that co-head coaching title, but those two have done it a long time in Divide County, and it has worked well. A lot of memories throughout the years of Divide County being a 9-man powerhouse, and they are back up there this year, and they're facing their stiffest test of the season. What I like most about this matchup is that both of these teams have really exceeded expectations already so far this year.
Well, you know, it's difficult. It's a long season, and to get these kids ready week after week, get them to focus on, you know, each game week after week, not look too far ahead and look beyond your opponent. They've done a wonderful job of doing that. And you could see that even in this offensive horsepower that Divide County brings. I think they're been beating their opponents by about 23 points. You heard Jacobson talk about game being decided in the trenches, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen tonight.
Yep, I am in agreement there with both of you guys. That will be certainly a main thing to keep our eyes on here tonight. So Divide County won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so that means Alexander's offense is going to start with the football. Let's take a look at those starting lineups. Starting lineups brought to you by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all your fueling needs. And there is the Alexander Comets starting lineup on offense. It's the junior Ethan Gillespie getting the start at quarterback. Heard Coach Jacobson talk about his quarterback situation there with no Novak tonight. So it's Ethan Gillespie, a talented and a tested backup, getting some playoff minutes last year, and now he gets the start here this evening in what is essentially, in a lot of ways, it is a playoff game as far as seeding and everything is concerned. And then the rest of the starting lineup there, Rope Simonson and Corey Getzloff start on the backfield. Julian Gant, we talked about him at wide receiver. The tight ends, Caden Culbertson and Jaden Champion. And up front, Andrew Buford, along with Colt Champion at the guard spots. Dylan Strami is the center. Starting lineup for head coach Trey Jacobson. He is assisted by Brody Newsma, Jason Fallers, Chad Simonson, Jerry Hatter, and Tyler Fixon. Then let's take a quick look over at the Divide County defensive starting lineup. Gavin Nygaard and Maverick Wolf get the start up front. They start linebackers Mason Johnson, Traven Head, Jake Reested. Cornerbacks are Weston Peterson and Brady Brown. And the safeties are Stockton Nelson and Cole Artman. And we'll talk about Stockton Nelson a lot. He could have been an obvious choice for our spotlight player, but wanted to give one of the linemen a little bit of love there and focus on Mr. Maverick Wolf. But Stockton Nelson, he has put together an outstanding season. He's a senior, and he's a fun one to watch.
Oh, yeah, Stockton Nelson, he can really bring it, too. When you look at him, he'll be number 44 on the field. And he's a big kid. He's 185 pounds. I watched him walk out midfield with arm in arm with his co-captains, and I think he might have been the biggest one of the bunch.
Yes, and he has put together a good basketball career, one of those multi-sport athletes, and he will definitely have a part to play in the way that tonight's game turns out. We are so glad that you have joined us here this evening on Game Day Media. We are just a few moments away from the opening kickoff between the number 5 team in the state, the Divide County Maroons, and the number 4 team in the state, the Alexander Comets. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with more right after this.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lac provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to Alexander, and we are just moments away from the national anthem. We will toss it over to our PA announcer for the rest of our pregame festivities.
At this time, please stand, face the flag, and remove all headgear as we sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly singing, and the rockets heard clear, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Outstanding national anthem there tonight. And we might just leave it right there with our PA announcer to catch up on the starting lineups. Once again, those starting lineups brought to you by Patriot Fuels. Enjoy the sights and sounds from Alexander's football.
Number 42, Mason Johnson. Number 74, Wyatt Peterson. Number 72, Gavin Nygaard. Number 44, Stockton Nelson. Number 7, Traven Head. Number 43, Cole Ortman. Number 15, Brady Brown. And now introducing your Comets, starting with number 3, Rob Simonson. Number 5, Julian Beck. Number 6, Jaden Champion. Number 11, Ethan Gillespie. Number 25, Caden Tobinson. Number 44, Corey Getzlaw. Number 54, Andrew Buford. Number 55, Cole Champion. And number 77, Dylan Strami.
All right, boy, that don't get fired up. You shouldn't be watching football. That gets me fired up, and we are in the perfect place for outstanding high school football action. Once again, the premier matchup in all of nine-man football here tonight. So Alexander will be getting the football first, and we're going to have the sun setting right as the opening kickoff takes place. Want to remind you that opening kickoff is brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. Northern States Fishing Tools is a locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978, and they are sponsoring this opening kickoff. That'll be coming off the right foot of Cole Artman. Back to receive for Alexander. Couple of players, and it will be Julian Gant taking the opening kickoff. Across the 30, up near the 35. Pretty good return to start things there for Julian Gant.
Yeah, Julian Gant, a lot of intangibles there. He's tall, fast, strong. It's going to be exciting to watch tonight.
And so the first possession of the game will start at the 11:55 mark for Alexander. And we'll get to see their offense first as they come out in shotgun formation. Ethan Gillespie taking it. Breaks a couple of tackles, coming to the near side, and finally finished off at the 44. That's an 8-yard carry to start things.
Yeah, that was pretty much all Ethan Gillespie there. He found a seam and made his way through it and picked up 8 yards. That's a nice gain.
2nd and 2.
So that brings up 2nd down and 2. Alexander playing ahead of the chains to start things here on offense. Gillespie takes the snap, handoff to Getzlaff, looks for the corner left side, and he finds it. Turns the corner, pinballs his way past midfield all the way down to the 44. Great hard-nosed run there by Getzlaff, and that's a pickup of 12.
Boy, you really see Getzlaff's speed there. I thought they were going to get him for a loss in the backfield, and he got the corner, and they're moving the chains.
Just like that, they are into Divide County territory, and they are in a hurry. Another snap, another run play. So go to left side, Simonson. He's breaking tackles, and he's got a first down.
How about that, Titus? 3 plays, 3 different carriers. They all look real solid.
And Simonson has a first down with that carry. And we talked about Julian Gant's offensive stats. We also have stats for other players, but I don't know if they're going to go slow enough for us to get any stats read. Here goes Gillespie running over a tackler down to the 30. That's a pickup of 4 for the quarterback, Ethan Gillespie.
Well, what a luxury Trey Jacobson has when he can spread the ball around like that. 3 equally capable runners really getting it done early for the Comets.
So Ethan Gillespie at quarterback. He comes in with 35 carries, 210 yards, and a touchdown. And he's going to run the option to the left. He pitches it, and there goes Gant. 15-10, 5, touchdown, Julian Gant.
You know, week after week, you know how to pick out the spotlight player of the game, Titus.
There he is. Julian Gant with his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. And what a perfect start for the Alexander Comets.
Oh, man, once he got the sideline, there was no catching Julian Gant. That was a beautiful run.
So 6-0, and they're going to go for 2. And it'll be a handoff to Getzlaff, and that time the Divide County Maroons defense stands tall as Wyatt Peterson in on the stop to keep the score 6-0. Great start for Alexander. They lead it on your NCC scoreboard by a score of 6-0. We'll be back with the kickoff after this quick timeout.
Think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Welcome back to Alexander. Titus Senberg alongside Ross Sundin. That drive, 4 plays, 64 yards in just a minute, 30 seconds. 30-yard touchdown run by Julian Gant. 2-point conversion attempt, no good, and it adds up to a quick 6-0 lead for Alexander.
It was an impressive drive on that first series for Alexander. It'll be interesting to see now if Divide County can settle in and mount their own drive here in their first possession.
This will be Weston Peterson picking up the kickoff near the 20-yard line, cuts to the middle of the field in between the hash marks, spins across the 40. Oh, just barely got tripped up by Julian Gant. That could have really been a long return. It was a good return, but Gant prevented it from being an extremely long return.
Yeah, Emery Vero got the sideline and went all the way. Titus, that was probably a touchdown-saving tackle.
It may have been. So Divide County will start their first offensive drive at their own 44 with 10:18 left to go in quarter number 1. Wyatt Locken is there at starting center. He'll be snapping it to Traven Head, the starting quarterback for Divide County, as flags fly as the toss was dropped by the intended receiver of that toss, Stockton Nelson. It's going to be a false start against Divide County. So not the way they wanted to start their first offensive drive of the game, but that'll cost them 5 yards, bring up a 1st and 15 back at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, it's not often you see a sophomore quarterback coming in at 210 pounds who also plays fullback and linebacker, but that's what you have in Traven Head.
Yeah.
He's a load, and he's going to be fun to watch tonight.
Yep, both teams forced to use backup quarterbacks. Damon Bowling injured for Divide County, along with Jacob Novak injured for Alexander. So Stockton Nelson gets the carry, and he doesn't have much room to work with. He is hit immediately by Jaden Champion.
Yeah, Jaden Champion met him right at the line, wrapped him up and made a nice tackle.
So pickup of a yard as Divide County gets the sign from their sideline. Weston Peterson, 18 carries, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Traven Head is both their leading passer and leading rusher. 82 carries, 480 yards. As another hit. Should say second leading rusher. That's their leading rusher, Stockton Nelson. But once again, not much room for him as Jaden Champion brings him in as we take a look at our RTC Network's instant replay.
Boy, Jaden Champion, he just came in and finished that tackle off hard. You can just see the intensity these comments are bringing in the early part of the game.
They really are. So Stockton Nelson is the leading rusher. He comes in 106 carries, 848 yards. 9 touchdowns. He also has 5 catches for 95 yards. Traven Head rolling to his right, and he is going to tuck it and run. And once again, there is Jaden Champion on the tackle.
Real nice open field tackle by Jaden Champion. I enjoyed the Patrick Mahomes-like fake to try and hold the defender. Just wasn't as effective this time.
Yeah, that was a good decision by Head, but he did not pick up the yardage necessary. And they're going to come out in punt formation. Brady Brown back to punt, back to receive is Julian Gant. The punt is blocked. It is blocked. Colt Champion, and he recovers it. Wow.
He just burst through that line like he was untouched and made an incredible block and recovery.
Taking a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Look at that jump and the punt rejection. So Alexander, all kinds of momentum now as they take this drive and get it started at the DC 35 with 8:24 to go in the first quarter. Not a lot of running room that time for Gillespie over the left side.
Well, you look at Cole Champion, he's listed as a junior at 225 pounds. He's a big boy.
He sure is. And he can push some defensive linemen around. We can see his defensive prowess as well, and they're making his presence felt on the special team. So Alexander now with a 2nd and 10. Gillespie takes it over the right side, and he is sent backwards. Good stop that time by Divide County's defense. Cole Artman ends the play. No gain.
Yeah, there you can see the saltiness of the Divide County defense. They're starting to stiffen up a little bit as they need to. This is a big possession, really.
It certainly is, especially when you consider the starting field position of this drive, and already down on the scoreboard 6-0. The second drive of the game for Alexander. Got to believe this is 4-down territory where they're at right here as Gillespie takes the snap, throws it deep down the right side, and it is incomplete. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay as that was the first passing attempt of the ball game.
Yeah, there you really see the arm strength of Gillespie. He throws a nice ball, just overthrew his receiver a little bit.
So 4th and 10, Ross, what do you do here as you haven't gained a yard yet on this drive?
I think you run a little misdirection and try and get on the outside. They've got plenty of speed. They just need to seal that end and try and pick up 10 yards.
They send 3 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left. Gillespie back in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Fakes and he's hit, he's dropped, and he is sacked. Gavin Nygaard with the drive-ending sack as Divide County gets the turnover on downs.
Just incredible pressure right out of the gate from Divide County.
And they are quickly to the line of scrimmage. I wanted to show an RTC Networks instant replay, but the way that they came out of there, didn't want to risk missing any live action, so we go right back to it as they start this drive on their own 38-yard line, 7:08 to play in this first quarter. They have some momentum, and now they have some yards. Oh, a great hit right below us on the end of that run, but a good carry for Weston Peterson.
Great run for Weston Peterson. He made a nice move down here, picked up some additional yardage, and then, of course, who else? Cole Champion put a pretty good lick on him at the end of the run.
Gain of 9. Divide County looking for their first down of the game, and they're in excellent position to do so right here at their own 47-yard line as the sun has set on the western edge of North Dakota in beautiful Alexander. Everybody in tight for the 2nd and 1 play. B. Nelson taking the handoff, and he will have that first down of the game for Divide County.
You know, I have to say, I look around here and watch this setting sun. This is probably one of the nicest athletic complexes you'll find in Class B 9-man football. It's just beautiful here.
Yeah, it's so much fun to come here every time that we are able to. And my goodness, it's a perfect setting. And you think of the history of Alexander not having a team for so many years, then playing in 6-man football, and now really making a name for themselves in 9-man football.
Yeah, they've done a great job with this program.
The keeper over on the right side, and Traven Head, another positive carry for this Divide County offense. He picks up 4 on that play.
I see Caden Culbertson out there. He gets up a little limpy there. I think he might have twisted his left ankle.
Okay, definitely something to keep our eye on tonight. He has made some great defensive plays throughout the year, along with Charlie Klein for this Alexander defense. Stockton Nelson takes it to the near side. He breaks a tackle inside the 40. Culbertson and Getzlaff able to tackle him, but not before another first down.
You know, nice penetration to slow that up, but Stockton Nelson really made a lot out of that play, and of course, that was just a crushing Alexander Comet defense with a lot of pursuit. So first down, but great pursuit by the Comets.
Second first down of the drive for Divide County as they have their longest drive of the game going right now, down to the Alexander 38. Head takes the snap, and it was either a broken play or else too much misdirection. Either way, it ends up in a tackle for loss for this Alexander defense as we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
Boy, that was excellent penetration by number 32. He's freshman Carson Getzlaff. He got in there and broke up that play right away. You know, the physicality of this Comet defense is impressive.
It is. Yeah, I was talking to Trey Jacobson, their head coach, earlier this week, and he said, you know, a lot of that physicality just comes with age. We're talking about how both of these teams have played a lot of players throughout the years, and every year you're able to get a little more physical as that pass is incomplete to the right side, intended for Peterson. First passing attempt of the game for Divide County, and it ends up falling to the turf.
I think you see a lot of confidence when you get to that level. You have so many seniors, good senior leadership, and that breeds a lot of that physicality too, I think.
So now it's 3rd and 10 for Divide County. They are at the Alexander 38-yard line. They're in what I would consider 4-down territory here as well. They'd like to pick it up on third down. And that's a good-looking carry, but Champion able to stop the run short of first down yardage. Peterson with the carry gets it down to the 35.
He just moves so well laterally. I mean, you can't hardly contain him.
Looking from it up here, it looked like that hole was a lot bigger than it was. He closed it in a hurry, and now it is 4th and 7, and they are going to go for it. Head under center. Back to pass, puts it in the hands of Nelson, and he is wrapped up and tackled by Charlie Klein. And that is going to be another turnover on downs. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
That was a huge defensive play for the Comets.
So that is a turnover on downs. Nelson did what he could, but not enough to pick up a first down, and Alexander's defense holds. So they come out after a 4-and-out on their last trip. And once again, this Divide County defense, they figured some things out since that first drive.
You bet they did. And who else but Maverick Wolf, our spotlight player of the game, getting it done right on the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard on that carry by Rope Simonson.
You know, I was a little surprised to see Alexander aired up the last possession on those last 2 downs. I think they're probably going to stick with what they know best.
And that is running the football. Dylan Strami will snap it to Gillespie. He's going to throw it deep down the near sideline. A little bit of contact, and there is a flag that comes out. And I think we're probably looking at a pass interference.
Right after I say they're going to do what they do best, and they go deep, and it pays off for them with a pass interference call.
If that's what the call is, that'll be the second penalty of the game against Divide County.
He got there just a little too early.
We got a pass interference against the defense.
So that will be a first down via penalty. Reset the chains and move Alexander close to midfield. They got a 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, the rules are different in high school, of course. He gets 15 yards and not from the point of the foul.
Yep, Gillespie setting up a screen. Is able to complete it to Gant. First down and more, 40-35, down to the 32-yard line. That's again at 22.
I tell you what, they get that pass offense going, it's going to open up this field big time for the Comets, which is going to, I think, speak havoc to the Maroons.
He is their leading receiver, and he gets the first catch of the game for the Comets. Their 5th first down. This will be the 4th play of the drive as they've moved it out of the 33-yard line. Gillespie keeping it, goes up the middle. To me, it looked like he stumbled a little bit on his cut, but still able to gain some good positive yardage on first down.
Boy, he got those big guys behind him at the end there. It almost looked like tush push. Got him a couple extra yards.
That's right. Yeah, it wasn't really set up like that, but that is the way that the play ended up going. And now it'll be 2nd down and a short 4. Ball at the 26-yard line. A toss. That'll be Simonson, not able to turn the corner. A good tackle by Weston Peters. Oh, but was it a horse collar?
It was. That's going to be another 15 yards, I'm pretty sure.
Taking a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. And yeah, I called it a good tackle live, but looking at it back, it does look like a penalty.
Ooh. Offsetting penalties, holding on Alexander and a horse collar tackle on Divide County.
Okay, good catch there. As Drew Floggin is our white hat tonight. Outstanding officiating crew here this evening on a beautiful night from Alexander. Happy that you have joined us tonight on Game Day Media. 2nd and 3. From the 26-yard line, handoff to Getzlaff. That's Corey Getzlaff, who stays on his feet before brought down by Traven Head. And we'll see where they spot the football. Nice run by Corey Getzlaff. He's fun to watch.
He is fun to watch. You know, they say the low man wins, but in that instance, he just straddled right over the top of the low man.
And it's so close, I think we're going to have our first measurement of the ball game as the clock stops with 2:52 to go in the first quarter. I want to thank our crew tonight. Matt Gonzalez is our cameraman. He had a lot of work to do pregame as we got situated with our camera. And then Jackson Lee, our producer, he did pretty much all of the setting up while I was helping Matt trying to get the camera going and situated. So it is a true team effort to get these games to you. And that is a first down. That'll be the third first down of the game for Alexander. And they're moving the chains. It's spotted at the 23-yard line, just outside of the red zone. Two receivers to the right, rather two to the left, one to the right. That's Culbertson who goes in motion. Now Spell also goes in motion.
Oh,
it
there he
will
is.
be over the middle, and that is caught for a touchdown.
What a beautiful play call.
Jaden Champion with the 23-yard reception. And Ross, you could see that play developing, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah, we had a bird's eye view. That was just a beautiful play.
So Gillespie with the touchdown pass makes it 12-0. Alexander, great look on our RTC Network's instant replay. 2-touchdown lead now for the Comets. Gillespie from the shotgun looking for two more. Puts it up there, and that is caught! Oh,
what a grab.
Julian Gant brings that one in for two.
Boy, he is sure-handed and long. He just really made an excellent play on that ball.
Look at this catch one more time on your RTC Network's instant replay as we head to break. It is 14-0 Alexander, and they're off to a good start on senior night for the Comets.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
That drive took 5 plays, covers 68 yards in a minute 56, and what a touchdown pass from Gillespie to Jaden Champion.
You know, you hear people talk about next man up all the time, and you're seeing it here tonight. Gillespie has really filled in for Novak, threw a couple of beautiful balls, made some nice strikes, and they find themselves up 14-0.
Weston Peterson on the return there. Pretty good return by the Divide County return man. And that gets them out to the 40-yard line. Now Divide County looking for some momentum before the end of this first quarter. They picked up 2 first downs before their last drive stalled. They could use a few more on this drive, but I expect them to keep it on the ground despite the scoreboard where it's at. They like to run the football. That's their identity, and they're likely going to keep that going here on this possession. Head under center, takes the snap, tosses it to Weston Peterson. Hit by Charlie Klein. And pretty good carry on first down.
You know, it was a nice carry, but you know, at the end of that tackle, you'll see there's always more than one red jersey around that football.
Yep. Yeah, this defense is so much fun to watch for Alexander. So many athletes at different positions, and every one of them likes to tackle.
Yeah, they really bring it.
2nd and 6, handoff to Nelson, and right there we see, I don't know who you give the tackle to on that play.
Well, you know, as we watch the sunset here to the west, I was just looking at all the cars in the parking lot and along the streets, and they run all the way to downtown Alexander, it looks like, from this field. It's amazing turnout here tonight.
Yes, look at that sunset. What a view that we have here tonight. Of course, the Cowboy and the cow up there on that hill. What a view here for 9-man football. 3rd down and 4. And a nice hard-nosed run by Head. I think he's going to get 3 of the 4 yards he needed. Getzlaff comes out of there with the ball. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. And I think he's going to be 1 yard short.
That's Head really made a nice read there, and he turned his head upfield and put his head down and just didn't quite get there.
Enormous play here as we near the end of this first quarter. 4th and 1 for the Maroons. Oh, and I think the hard count got Alexander's defense to jump, and that's an easy way to pick up 5 yards and a first down. It is encroachment against Alexander.
If you're a Divide County Maroon fan, you got to like that.
So that is the first penalty of the game against Alexander. You heard Coach Jacobson talk about penalties in our pregame coach's comments. That's the first one to go against his Comets here this evening.
Well, that's the one time the aggressive play of the Comets worked against him.
So 1st and 10 at the 46. Wide receivers split wide to each side as Nelson takes the handoff right up the middle. And there is Jaden Champion to bring him down. But a good carry by Nelson will pick up 4 yards. And we'll see. That might be the end of the first quarter. Divide County with 10 seconds on the clock. And it looks like they want to run one more play. One man goes in motion. Oh, they would just about try the hard count again. Or they did try the hard count again and just about got him to jump, and they will call that a quarter. So it was a good one for the home team. The Alexander Comets score twice. They convert one of their 2 two-point conversions, and they lead the Maroons 14-0. We'll be back with 2nd and 6 for Divide County as we get the second quarter started right after this.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome back to Alexander. Let's take a moment to thank some of our live read sponsors here this evening. As we bring you Alexander Comet football, we'll get it started with the McKenzie County Heritage Park and Oil Museum. Step back into time there at the museum. They're open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Always free to visit. Donations are welcome. We can't wait to see you at the McKenzie County Heritage Park and Oil Museum. Right back to play here with this 2nd down and 6. Big play, really big drive right here for Divide County. Head takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it, and he's got some green in front of him. Oh, but he slipped just enough to slow him down, and Julian Gant finished him off.
It looked like Head was going to turn that up, and he just lost his footing on this natural turf.
So it could have been a first down carry, gets stopped short, making it 3rd and 2.
He was down on that field a little early, and you can see even some of the spots where there's some indentations. It's pretty soft out there.
It looks really green considering how late into the season we are, as number 44 meets number 44, finished off by number 55, Mr. Colt Champion. Those Getzlaff and Nelson, 2 football players going at it right there.
Boy, Colt Champion just having a game tonight.
And it is enough for the first down. So big 3rd down conversion there for Divide County. Their second first down of the drive. Second of the drive, 4th of the ball game. And they're going to wind the clock with 11 minutes to go in this second quarter. I can't overemphasize how important this drive is if you're Divide County.
Absolutely, Titus. They really need to score here. Just the way their offense is geared.
Another good fake on the handoff. But Alexander's defense, their aggression is not hurting them when they're biting on some of those fakes. They're just tackling multiple people, whether they think they have the ball or they actually do have the ball.
Somebody's going to hit somebody.
Yep. Traven Head with that carry.
You know, I think at some point in time, and maybe they'll make some adjustments at halftime, but I think some misdirection would really work in the Maroons' favor.
Nelson right behind Head. Takes the snap. No fake this time. He's trying to follow his blocks, and look at that. There's 4 Alexander Comets that bring Traven Head to the turf. Jaden Champion, the first one to hit him, and Head coming to the sidelines after that big hit. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he just got smothered.
Already the 9th play of this drive. Divide County has converted a couple of 3rd downs. They've also gotten Alexander to jump on a 4th and 1. This one is 3rd and 7. His Head goes under center. Back to pass, throws it left side. He's got a man incomplete right through the hands of Brady Brown. And that'll bring up 4th and 7.
Yeah, that was a nice ball, maybe a little high, but definitely catchable. I'm sure Brady Brown wishes he had another opportunity for that.
You know, as a wide receiver, you're watching the running backs and quarterback get hit. It has to be in the back of your mind that you're going to get hit at some point. And I think that may have been a case there where he was thinking a little bit about the contact after the catch before securing the catch. 4th and 7. Head under center, and we're going to have a timeout. Our first timeout of the game. It's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. It'll be 4th and 7. Huge play for the Comets when we come back with 9:31 remaining in this second quarter.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Welcome back to Alexander. 9:31 to go in this second quarter. Big play coming up for Divide County's offense.
Arguably the biggest 4th down of the whole first half right here.
Definitely. Let's see what they drew up during that timeout. It's going to be a fake reverse. Throws it. It is caught. First down, Maroons.
Beautiful. What a beautiful throw and what a beautiful catch.
Cole Artman on the reception. Enormous play for Divide County as they pick up a 4th down conversion. Moving the football all the way down to the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 18.
That was a well-designed play, just kind of a flood right. And Traven Head making some nice reads, finding the open receiver, and boy, he really put something behind that ball.
1st and 10 for Divide County. They are in the red zone for the first time tonight. Look at a quarterback sneak there by Traven Head, and he'll pick up a couple of yards and keep this drive going. Gain of 3.
Well, we talked about what a big 4th down that was, and that was an excellent conversion.
Traven Head now with 8 carries for 23 yards. That ties him with Stockton Nelson in the yardage category, who has 7 carries for 23 yards.
Yeah, there just hasn't been a lot there for Stockton Nelson tonight, but if they open up this pass game a little bit, that's going to make a difference for him.
Here goes Nelson up the middle, a little bit tripped up, and that may have saved the touchdown as he gets it inside the 10-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down.
Boy, he really made a nifty little side move there, didn't he? Once he got past the line of scrimmage, caught a seam and nearly got himself a first down.
Now it's 3rd and 1. This drive started way back at the Divide County 40-yard line with 2:28 left in the first quarter. Another quarterback sneak. Did the ball come out?
I don't think he made the line again. I couldn't tell from my angle.
I thought I may have seen the ball come out. They are going to measure for it. So we'll see if we can catch any of the final action there. We just see the very end of it on our RTC Network's instant replay. And they do say that it's enough for a first down. So Traven Head keeps this drive going. Fourth first down of the drive. And according to my stats, this is the 14th play of the drive. Flags fly. That's going to be a false start. So that'll back up Divide County. And that's not where the direction you want to go with a 1st and goal. That'll take them back outside the 10-yard line.
Every inch is precious in the red zone.
It is. Now 1st and goal from the 12, especially with this style of offense. You know, you hear about NFL and college teams not liking to get too close to the end zone because it shrinks the field. But when you're a run-first team, that your identity is your offensive line and running the football, you like to gain every yard you can and use it to your advantage. So they'll take a 1st and goal from the 12. It'll be a toss to Nelson, looking for the corner on the near side. Play gets strung out. Good tackle by Alexander's defense.
Boy, they just scraped right along the line of scrimmage. Made an excellent tackle for very little gain.
Corey Getzloff with the tackle. You mentioned that lateral speed for Alexander's defense.
Yeah, it's been a difference maker so far tonight.
Yeah, it was so evident on that play. So 2nd down and goal. They picked up 3, so it's 2nd and goal from the 9 on the near hash mark. 15th play of the drive. Almost offsides. His head looks to the sideline. Barks out the signals. And now we're going to have the clock stopped and another timeout taken, this one by Divide County. Once again, it's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. We're back with 2nd down right after this.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA.
Welcome back to Alexander. I want to thank a couple more of our live read sponsors, starting with the Wolfpack Booster Club. The strength is in the pack, supporting Watford City athletes and activities. And also our other live read sponsor, WCAG. They're going to do things, we are going to do things a little bit differently this week. It's going to be one church in one location. It's at the McKenzie County Ag Expo this week at 11 a.m. You can show up at 10:30 and one service at 11 a.m. Once again, that's at the McKenzie County Ag Expo. Hope to see you there this Sunday, October 12th. 2nd and goal for Divide County. They've already used 2 of their timeouts on this drive. That shows to me, Ross, that they think that this drive is maybe the most important one of the first half as well.
Absolutely. You know, I have to tip my hat to Traven Head. He didn't like what he saw, and his coaches recognized it. They called the timeout, and I'm sure they made some adjustments.
Stockton Nelson with the carry.
Again on the play makes it 3rd and goal. Ball now at the Alexander 3-yard line.
Good gain there. He got over half of the yardage he needed, and now with the 17th play of the drive coming, it's 3rd and goal. The ball at the 3-yard line. Head goes under center. All the near hash mark. It'll be a toss to Nelson looking for the near pylon. He got pushed out of bounds.
Outside in number 44, Stockton Nelson. He dives to the pylon and gets into the...
And he's in there. Touchdown. I was waiting for an official on this side to call it, but it is a touchdown for Divide County, and they're on the board.
What a great individual effort by Stockton Nelson at the end to get out and get that ball over the goal line.
What a drive for Divide County.
How much time did we chew up on that? That was 18 plays, wasn't it, Titus?
I had, 17 plays and almost a quarter. It was 9+ minutes, I believe. I'll do the math in our quick timeout as Artman is out there for the extra point attempt. It is pulled to the left, so it remains 6. So with 5:36 to go in the first half, it's the number 4 team in the state, Alexander, leading the number 5 team in the state, Divide County, by a score of 14-6. And we're back with the kickoff right after this timeout.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready. Field proven.
(14-6) on your NCC scoreboard. According to my math there, Ross, that drive went 17 plays, 60 yards, took 8 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock, capped off on a 3-yard touchdown run by Stockton Nelson.
Incredible. It was a huge possession for Divide County. They're right back in this game.
That'll be a short kickoff caught by Rope Simonson. Angles to the near side, gets across the 40. Good return for Alexander. And if you're a Divide County fan, I think what you like the most about that drive is it kept Alexander's offense off the field.
Absolutely. A lot of those kids are playing both ways for Alexander. That might take a little bit of wind out of their sail physically. What I really like to see was the relationship between Shaven Head and this coaching staff for Divide County. I mean, it seemed like they were on the same page. When he wasn't comfortable, they took a timeout, they made things right, and it turned into a 4th down and a 1st down and then a touchdown in the end. Impressive.
Oh, we've got penalty flags flying before this first play of the drive for Alexander, and it's going to be a 1st and 15, it looks like, for the Comets after another false start. It's the second penalty against Alexander. Divide County has committed 3 penalties thus far.
It's been a pretty clean game so far. We talked about that in the pregame. Trey Jacobson talking about penalties. Want to make sure they stay focused, I'm sure.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Gillespie takes the snap. He's going to keep it over the right side. Gets a couple of blocks. Crosses the 40. Beyond midfield. Pushed out of bounds. I think he got a 1st down. Gillespie, that's a good way to erase penalty yardage.
Boy, did he ever look good running the ball. He got that edge, and he was gone. It was a big run.
Needed 15. He picks up 16, and that's enough for the 7th 1st down of the night for Alexander. I've got Ethan Gillespie now with 7 carries for 32 yards, leading rusher now so far tonight. Julian Gant had been the leading rusher yardage-wise with his 1 carry for 30 yards and a touchdown. This will be Getzloff on the handoff from shotgun. He's got a big hole over the right side. And he's going to have a 1st down. The Divide County coaching staff below us not too pleased with the way that play developed as Corey Getzloff picks up a big 1st down for Alexander.
Well, you saw the formation, trips left, 9-man football, bear in mind, trips left, and they ran right. And, boy, what an incredible run by number 44, Corey Getzloff.
That's his 3rd carry of the game. He's picked up 26 yards.
He runs so hard, Titus.
He does. And I would think he's a tough guy to try and tackle if you're a defense.
Oh, low center of gravity. Just
yeah. Do we dare compare him to Cam Scadaboo?
I was just thinking that.
Here goes Gillespie, thrown to the near side, just over the outstretched hand of Julian Gant, and that will stop the clock, slow the momentum a little bit, but if you're Alexander, you really have to like the response. After watching Divide County go on their lengthy drive, Alexander's responded nicely with this offensive series so far.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if Corey Getzloff scores and does a backflip in the end zone, then I'm really...
Yes. Definitely. So 2nd down and 10. The scoreboard currently shows 2nd and 36, but those numbers should be reversed. 2nd and 10 from the 36. 4:42 left to go in this first half. Gillespie takes the snap, keeps it over the right side, and was able to get past the initial defender that tried to bring him down, but good secondary defense bringing Gillespie to the turf, minimizing that carry. Looks like a gain of 4.
You know, this possession so far for the Comets really speaks volumes about their character. I mean, it'd be pretty easy to get down on themselves after that 17-play drive of the Divide County Maroons, and the Comets are just responding right back.
3rd down and 6 as Gillespie hands it off to Gant, and he is hit right at the knees. Good tackle by Cole Artman, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting 4th down. Certainly they're in 4th down territory. The question is, you know, what is Trey Jacobson going to dial up here? Is he going to keep it on the ground, or is he going to go back to the air? He's had some success there.
4th and 5 from the 31-yard line. Alexander with a football and an 8-point lead. As Gillespie readies himself from the shotgun, he takes the snap, and a late flag as Champion brings that catch in. Let's see what the penalty marker is for. It's going to be a false start against Alexander. Oh, that one hurts.
That hurts. They had that one drawn up and dialed in. It looked to me like that was going to be Cole Champion touchdown. Instead, we're moving the other direction.
So now it makes it a 4th and 10. Ball back to the 36-yard line.
You know, I see they're running Gant on the outside again. I keep wondering if they don't have a post play in their playbook somewhere to catch him across the middle. There's just an awful lot of room behind the linebackers there for somebody with Gant speed to take advantage.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and now we're going to have a timeout. Looks like Alexander will spend their first time out of the game. I don't blame him for a position like this. It's 4th and 10 with 3:04 to go in the first half. We'll be back with 4th down right after this Shiloh Chavez and LPL Financial timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We are not back. You're back in time, Titus.
Hey, there we go. Just do a little bit of a roster check. Thank you, Ross. You ready to be a play-by-play man yet?
I think you better keep me right where I'm at.
Okay. Well, you're doing a great job in this color analyst role. So thankful to have you aboard for my first full season with Game Day Media. It's great to have you alongside, and we finally get to see a 9-man game here.
And what a great game we're watching. We've had a lot of entertaining games this fall, but this is one of my favorites so far.
Yes, 4th and 10. Gillespie going deep. It is caught.
Wow.
Touchdown, Alexander.
What a grab.
Jaden Champion.
I can't hardly believe he made that catch.
Look at this. RTC Network's instant replay. Wow. Jaden Champion. 4'6" as he wears number 6.
Boy, you know, that you can't ask for much more than that. Gillespie just giving him an opportunity and Gant going up and just making a play. Great play.
And how about that timeout? What a great timeout call that ended up being, as the 2-point conversion attempt will not be successful, but the big score is successful. It's a touchdown, a 41-yard touchdown pass from Gillespie to Jaden Champion, his second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Comets back up in front by 14. We're back with a kickoff after this.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Welcome back to Alexander. We are seeing highlight play after highlight play tonight as Gillespie with the touchdown pass. They're going to try an outside kick. Oh, and it just barely didn't go far enough. I think it was recovered at the 49-yard line. Right in front of us, it happened, Ross, and a great design, but just not quite executed perfectly.
Oh, I love the call, just a yard short. I got to go back to that touchdown play. Of course, I miscalled it on Gant, but it was Gillespie. 5 and 6 are awfully close numerically, I guess.
Ray, I've gotten them confused all year long, Gillespie and Champion. Yeah, of course, there's two champions of the team with Colt Champion and Jaden Champion. Yeah, 5 and 6. Those guys have messed me up a couple of times as well. Oh. But either way, call it. It's a touchdown. And now, but if you're Divide County, even though you almost got caught sleeping, it turns out to be a positive play for you as you're putting the ball at the Alexander 49-yard line, and still enough time to really have their entire playbook open. They're obviously still a run-first team with 2:55 to go on the ball on the plus side of the field. You've got time.
Absolutely, they've got time, and this will be a good time for the Comets to really kind of stand tall and make a stand. If they could go in with this lead at halftime, they'd be happy. I'm sure Divide County would love to cut back into it.
All ahead on that carry. He goes right up the middle. Good gain of 7 yards on the quarterback sneak. Nothing fancy right there. That was just put your head down and gain 7 yards.
You know, nothing fancy, but what I noticed with this Divide County crew, they seem to keep getting just a little bit tougher as the game wears on. They're not letting up at all, and they're not getting tired.
2nd and 3 for the Maroons. This will be a fake handoff. Oh, Colt Champion didn't realize who had the football. He is able to finish the play off, but not before Head gets a big first down. And that's a huge play for Divide County.
What a well-designed play.
And that fake ended up working out so well that a guy who was in position to make the tackle ended up not making the tackle just because of the fake. So 1st and 10, ball spotted just inside the 30. We'll call it the 29 as Divide County is trying to do something before halftime. This will be a handoff to Nelson. He falls forward for a gain of 2.
Well, you know, on that last play there, you got to see the real strength of Traven Head's running ability. That was a beautiful run.
Brings up 2nd and 8, clock continuing to run. Divide County in their hurry-up offense right now. There's a receiver to each side. Head looking to run the option, pitches it to Nelson. He turns the corner. He stays in bounds as he is upended near the first down yardage by Carson Getzloff. We will see if he picked it up.
Great tackle by Carson Getzloff, but I thought that was a good read by Traven Head. He had an opportunity to either keep or pitch. He chose the pitch, and it really worked well for them.
3rd and 2. As the clock continues to run. Head under center. Quarterback sneak. And I think he got it on the 2nd or 3rd effort.
Well, there you see that 210-pound, he's strong, and broke a couple of tackles and moved the chains. It was a big first down.
Right back over the football. Ball at the 18-yard line. Divide County knocking on the door. They're now in the red zone. Pass left side into the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Divide County.
Beautiful catch and pass. Traven Head really just settling in and doing such a phenomenal job in the second quarter. He's really got good command of his offense right now.
Cole Artman with the reception from 18 yards away. A great answer by these Divide County Maroons. As Artman gets his second 18-yard reception of the game. This is a big one as it ends up in the end zone.
Well, they're the reason they're 4-5 in the state. This is really turning into quite a game.
And they will go for 2 after missing the extra point kick last time. They're going to try to get that point back and make it a 6-point game before halftime. And looked like they were trying a hard count. They didn't get him to jump, and a timeout will be taken. That is the third and final timeout of the first half, taken by Divide County. We'll be back with a 2-point conversion right after this.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Quick drive, 6 plays, covered 49 yards, and they get on the board with that touchdown pass. Just 43 seconds. Ross, what do you think the 2-point play is going to be after they drew that up in the huddle?
Well, I'll tell you what, Divide County's really judiciously used their timeouts every time it's been successful, so we'll see what happens on this third one.
It'll be a fake handoff, head right up the middle, and he is stopped. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay on that one.
It truly is a game of inches.
Yeah. We're going to keep it right here as they get set up for the kickoff. Great job by the defensive line of Alexander. They've given up some big plays, but really overall, I've been impressed with Alexander's defensive line so far tonight in this first half.
Oh, absolutely, especially on that 2-point conversion. That was a big stand. Just the way that Divide County lined up and ran that offense, it created a big hole in the middle. And I thought maybe Traven Head with his size was going to get in, but they stopped him just inches short.
So that makes it 20-12. The lead for Alexander. And we'll see if they can do something before the end of the half. A lot depends on this return. And it is going to be a good one. Look at that. Julian Gant crosses midfield. 45 to the 40. How's that for a kickoff return? That gets these Alexander fans fired up. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Julian Gant.
Oh, man, we always talk about the 3 phases of football. And Alexander getting it done on special teams right there with Julian Gant. That was an incredible run. Puts the Comets in great field position with a little bit of time left on the clock. Anything can happen.
And they have 2 timeouts.
And Divide County's out of timeouts, I believe.
Yes, they are. Yep, they used their final one right before that 2-point conversion attempt. So Alexander takes the field, looking for a quick strike. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gillespie takes the snap, rolls to his right, sets, fires. He's got a man, incomplete. Jaden Champion got a little bit turned around. They went for it all, didn't quite get it that time, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, kind of overthrew Jaden Champion there too. I'm sure there's a lot of adrenaline flowing right now, but I did like the play call.
They already had a 41-yard connection for a touchdown. That was how their last drive ended. Trying to do it twice in a row. So it stops the clock with 28.7 seconds to go. Ball at the Divide County 41-yard line. Spell, Gant, and Champion go wide to the right. Caden Culbertson wide to the left. Gillespie from the shotgun. Getzloff at his right side. Gillespie Steps up, breaks out of one sack. The pass is caught somehow by Colin Spell. A spinning, twisting, turning grab. Ross, we got to take a look at that on our RTC Network's instant replay.
What a great catch by Colin Spell. And you're absolutely right. He was spinning in the air when he brought it in. But, again, Gillespie, I could have sacked him for a loss. He squeaked out of there and made a nice throw. How he even saw Colin Spell is beyond me.
That moves the football down to the 27-yard line, a pickup of 14. We're going to keep it right here during this timeout. That is the second of the half taken by these Comets. Once again, timeouts this year brought to you by LPL Financial with Shiloh Chavez. Thank you to Shiloh for coming on board as being our timeout sponsor for this year. Seen her ad play during our commercial breaks as well. She is there to help you plan and give you some good advice to meet your financial goals.
Titus, they talk about a quarterback keeping his eyes downfield, and you saw Gillespie, even on the scramble, kind of going through his progressions. He found Colin Spell. I'm sure he wasn't the primary in that route, and came up with just a big play.
Right. It's hard to believe that we're watching two backup quarterbacks play here tonight. I mean, these guys are high level, and it shows the depth of both of these programs at the 9-man level. That was the 10th first down of the game for Alexander. They have one timeout left. Quick pass, right side caught by Champion, but his knee hit the ground almost immediately as he made the catch. Artman was there to bring him down, but unfortunate sequence of events there for Champion as the clock is going to continue to run, and now they will take a timeout, but we're all the way down to 6.7 seconds left. And the way that play ended up turning out, it wasn't good as far as the time was concerned. An incomplete pass would have served you better to leave you some more time on the clock. But, Ross, what do you think Coach Jacobson is going to draw up here with 6.7 seconds left on this second quarter clock?
Well, I think he's going to dial up a pass play into the end zone. So whether he's going to come out in that trips formation, I'm surprised they don't flood the right side at some point. They kind of do roll out to the right, and then they look for Champion coming back to the left. We've seen some hits down the middle. So I guess it's the bag of tricks is all wide open, but definitely he's moving into the end zone with this ball.
A great kickoff return to put themselves in good field position. They have completed one pass to Spell to get it down to the 27-yard line. Right now it's 2nd and 10, but really the important part is that they're at the 27-yard line and they're looking for 27 yards. The half can't end on a defensive penalty as Gillespie takes the snap from shotgun, throws it to the right, may have gotten hit, and it is fought for and incomplete. There is still 0.9 seconds left on the clock. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
What a beautiful throw. I thought we were going to have a touchdown there for a minute for Alexander. You notice that Gillespie took a pretty big hit there at the end by our spotlight player, number 70 for Divide County.
Yep, Maverick Wolf. You want to give credit to Weston Peterson on the back end of that play. He got his hand in there to knock it away and force the incompletion. And now you can do the same thing again. You still got 0.9 seconds left on the clock. And yeah, I think we're probably in a Hail Mary type of situation right here, where you just throw it up there and hope something good happens.
Absolutely. Well, look what they've got in the back, playing deep. Stockton Nelson. He's just going to play Rover and see what he can.
Delay a game. So that'll back him up 5 yards. It hurts, but it's not going to change the strategy, really, I would say, as it just backs you up 5 yards deeper. Gillespie has a good arm. What wind there has not played a role in the gameplay here tonight, so we're all good in that way, and we'll just have to see how far Gillespie can throw it. 3 receivers to the left, a tight end to the right. High snap, Gillespie brings it in. He's going to heave it deep down the near sideline. He's got a man! Caught! Touchdown, Julian Gant!
Incredible throw and catch. I think Trey Jacobson's going to be pretty happy with his boys when they go into halftime with that play.
Look at that throw and catch, 32-yard completion as halftime is upon us. And wow, what an exclamation point to the end of the first half.
Yeah, that was just fantastic. What a luxury. What a luxury Alexander has with their receivers.
They sure do. The two-point conversion pass is going to fall incomplete, but wow, what a way to end the half on that 32-yard connection to Julian Gant from Ethan Gillespie. Wow, what a half of football. Alexander leading it 26-12 at the break. Stick around. We will have your Nodak Insurance Company halftime report after this quick timeout.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to Alexander and welcome into your Nodak Insurance Company halftime show. Eric Mogan is your agent in McKenzie County and in Watford City. At Nodak Insurance Company, their mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of their clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. I can't get over what a first half we witnessed there. Outstanding football on both sides, both teams responding. When one team does something, the other one responds right back. But Alexander has a 26-12 lead as their responses were a little bit louder and a little bit better timed, I would say there, especially with the way that half ended. Let's get into the scoring summary. Alexander was the only one that scored in the first quarter as they took their first scoring drive, 4 plays, 64 yards. It only took 90 seconds off the clock, and Julian Gant scored his first touchdown of the ball game with a 30-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion attempt was no good. It was 6-0 Alexander with 10:25 left in the first. Then after an unsuccessful Divide County drive, Alexander also had a turnover on downs, and then Divide County picked up 2 first downs, giving the ball back to Alexander for their second scoring drive. On that one, they went 5 plays, 68 yards in a minute 56, 23-yard touchdown pass from Gillespie to Jaden Champion. 2-point conversion attempt was good that time, and it was 14-0 Alexander with 2:34 left in the first quarter. That was our score after 1. Divide County got the ball before the end of the first quarter, and then started the second quarter with it, and they had one great drive going 17 plays, 60 yards in 8 minutes and 52 seconds, scoring on a 3-yard touchdown run by Stockton Nelson. The extra point was no good, and that made it 14-6. Alexander with 5:36 left in the second quarter. What a drive that was there by the Divide County Maroons. And then Alexander responded right back with a 7-play, 58-yard drive in 2 minutes and 32 seconds, scoring on a 41-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Gillespie to Jaden Champion. That made it 20-6 Comets with 2:57 left. And that was when the scoring really got started or picked up pace, as Divide County went 6 plays, 49 yards in 2 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock, scoring on an 18-yard pass from Head to Artman. 2-point conversion attempt was no good. And it was 20-12 Alexander with 43 seconds left. And then right before halftime, Alexander got a big kickoff return that put them at the Divide County 41-yard line. And they drove 5 plays, 41 yards in 34 seconds, scoring on a 32-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Gillespie to Julian Gant. 2-point conversion attempt was no good. And that made it 26-12. Which is our score at the break. That play got started with 0.9 seconds left on the clock, as we see Alexander concluding their first half huddle, their halftime huddle. They are a fired up group of young men after getting that last second touchdown to go ahead by 14 on your NCC scoreboard.
Well, you know, Titus, when you watch the Comets tonight, you can see that they're really accustomed to playing in pressure situations.
Yes.
And I had the privilege of watching their coach, Trey Jacobson, play ball here in McKenzie County years ago. And the one thing I always admired about him, I always called him the unflappable Trey Jacobson. He just never got excited about anything, and he got it done. And I wonder if he hasn't instilled a little bit of that into his team.
I think so. That's a great observation. You know, coaches oftentimes imprint their personality on their teams, and I think you're seeing that with this Alexander program. We're going to take one quick time out, and when we come back, we'll take a look at our first half stats for Alexander and Divide County. We're back right after this.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to your halftime report, brought to you by Eric Mogan with the Nodak Insurance Company. Taking a look at the stats, Alexander 236 yards of total offense and extremely balanced, 104 rushing yards, 132 passing yards, all of those coming from Ethan Gillespie, as he was 6 for 10 for those 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. They're passing in the first half. And I got to correct myself. I forgot to give him that last touchdown with 0.9 seconds left. It's 3 touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns in the first half for Ethan Gillespie, and just as important, 0 interceptions. Leading receiver was Jaden Champion with 3 catches in the first half. And he had 2 of those touchdown receptions covering 64 yards. Julian Gant with 2 catches for 54 yards. And that outstanding touchdown grab as well. And then it was Cullen Spelt with 1 catch for 14 yards. And that may have been a play that gets overlooked in the grand scheme of things, but that was important to pick up the first down on that last drive. Rushing the football for Alexander, Ethan Gillespie led the way with 8 carries for 36 yards on the ground. Julian Gant, 2 carries for 32 yards and 1 touchdown. And then it was Corey Getzloff with 3 carries for 26 yards. Rope Simonson with 2 carries for 10 yards. 4 penalties for 20 yards against Alexander. They did not commit a turnover. For Divide County, Traven Head 3 for 5 passing the football for 39 yards. Cole Artman with 2 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. Stockton Nelson, the other reception, for 3 yards. On the ground, Traven Head had 50 yards on 12 carries. Stockton Nelson, 13 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Weston Peterson, 3 carries for 16 yards. As a team, Divide County rushed the football 28 times for 115 yards and 1 rushing touchdown, averaging 4.1 yards per carry. For Divide County, 3 penalties for 25 yards, no turnovers. And Ross, I really like that when you think about it. Neither team committed a turnover in the first half. Both of them had some penalties at times, but it didn't seem like penalties played a huge role in that first half. I think we're seeing why these 2 teams are undefeated.
Absolutely. Just the whole tenor of the first half, very disciplined teams. A few hiccups along the way, but like you say, no turnovers. And that's going to make all the difference in the world in this game.
So with one stat that I didn't throw out there, it was Alexander 11 first downs and Divide County 10, showing how even this game was as far as ball control goes. Divide County with the drive of the game so far with that 17-play drive that took nearly 9 minutes off the clock. But Alexander leading it on the scoreboard by a score of 26-12. We want to thank our premium sponsors, NCC bringing you your scoreboard, RTC Networks bringing you your instant replays. We've had a lot of great replays there tonight, just a lot of great plays, and it's a wonderful opportunity to be able to use that replay brought to you by RTC Networks. I want to thank David and Randy Peterson for getting Game Day Media started and asking me to come on board. It's been outstanding. The action we've been able to bring you, and those 2 guys are bringing you 2 other games as well tonight, 3 games. And we are so excited to be bringing you these great matchups from Western North Dakota. Want to update you on one score. You probably are watching it on the score feed ticker. But at halftime, it's Watford City 14, Jamestown 7. That game is also at the half. Those guys that do the score feed app do an outstanding job. So thankful for the work that they put together and keeping us updated about all the sports across the state of North Dakota.
You know, Titus, if we had to break that first half down, I mean, the real difference is that first quarter. I think that Divide County got put back on their heels a little bit when Alexander rolled up those 14 points and then really settled in that second quarter. And I felt like we saw the real Divide County in quarter 2. And, of course, it finished 12-12. I'm really looking for a good second half of football tonight.
Yeah, and Divide County has to be kicking themselves. They were one defensive play away from making this just a 1-score game at the break, but that's what happens sometimes when you're playing against good teams, is they make good plays, and we'll see what Alexander's dialed up for this second half. If you're Divide County, you got to be aware that they might do another onside kick, but they do kick this one deep. It'll be Peterson from the 20, and he's got a huge hole across the 40 to the 50, the 45, the 40. Ooh. Tackled by Jaden Champion, and that was close.
I thought maybe that was going to go all the way, but Jaden Champion put a lick on that return, man. He just hit him hard.
Alexander's probably wishing they would have tried an onside kick, because regardless of if they would have got it or not, it would have been better field position for the Comet defense. And instead, that return gets it down to the Alexander 39-yard line. And this is the best starting field position of the game for the Divide County Maroons.
Well, that's what Divide County needs starting out. They need something to give them some momentum, and that's as good a place as any right there with that return.
1st and 10 from the Alexander 39. Traven Head goes under center. Takes the handoff, and Champion able to slow Head down just enough before Cullen Spell finishes him off. A good carry by Traven Head, and once again, another good fake. We've seen them run this play many times throughout the first half, and another good positive gain on 1st down for Divide County.
Well, you know, both these teams are physical, and you can see it now, and they're starting to get up. They're starting to get a little salty with each other. We'll see if they can play a clean half now.
Yeah, there's a lot of pride on the line here in this one, as both of these teams trying to stay undefeated, as Head goes just over his left guard. Not a lot of room over there. Good job by the Alexander defensive line. Andrew Buford in on the stop there, limiting that carry.
Well, you can tell they're hitting hard out there. I could hear the helmets way up here.
3rd and 1 for Divide County. This is where you want to be when you're facing a 3rd down. Whole playbook is open. And with where you are on the field, you could probably even maybe take a gamble with the play action fake in a situation like this. As Head gets ready for the snap, he will hand it off. Nelson trying the right side of the line. Not a lot of room as Jaden Champion closes that hole quickly. It'll depend on where they mark forward progress to. He needed 1, and that is exactly what he got. 1st down, Maroons.
Boy, that was quite a play by Jaden Champion. He looked like a man amongst boys there for a minute.
Yeah, so many good athletes on both sides of the ball here, and Jaden Champion getting the tackle on Stockton Nelson, but Nelson picking up just enough for that 1st down. 12th of the game for Divide County. This will be a toss to the left. Nelson able to shake a tackle as he turns the corner. Another good play on 1st down for Divide County as Stockton Nelson has a nice carry.
Yeah, Carson Getzlaff nearly caught him on the edge, but he just narrowly missed an ankle tackle, and that's all that Divide County needed to move the ball.
So 2nd and 4 from the 23. This rushing offense has not had any huge plays, but they have not had any negative plays all game long. As Head goes to the right, another positive play, and he squeezes through a couple of Alexander tacklers, and he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, if you're Divide County, you got to like what you see right now. I feel like they're playing a lot harder in the 3rd quarter than they did at the beginning of the game.
I think they were re-energized during that little halftime break. Both teams had to be getting a little bit tired towards the end of that 1st half. I was getting tired, and all I'm doing is talking.
Oh, man. Well, that 17-play drive, that was just a grind.
2nd 1st down on the drive. Divide County now in the red zone. They are at the 17-yard line of Alexander. Head keeping it over to the right side. And a minimal gain. But once again, it's positive.
Well, Divide County must have seen something they liked, and they're going with Traven Head a lot on these keepers. And I think they're just going to keep exploiting it if they can keep moving the chains.
At that as 16 carries for 69 yards already for Traven Head. Stockton Nelson, 15 carries for 56 yards. They're going to try a pass over to the left side. It is caught, and Ethan Gillespie wraps up Eric Domstrike.
We'll see where they mark his forward progress. That could be pretty close.
Shortly after Domstrike made the catch, Gillespie was right there.
It's about a yard short, it looks like, Titus. Go to 3rd down.
So a gain of 5 on 2nd and 6, bringing up 3rd and 1. Once again, another 3rd and 1 situation for this Divide County offense. Ball at the 8-yard line. Head keeps it. He's got a 1st down and more. No signal for a touchdown, but now Divide County will have 4 opportunities to punch it in. First and goal, Maroons.
Yeah, Divide County signaling for a face mask there, but I don't think the official saw it at the end of that run.
Clock runs inside 7.5 minutes to go. They're going to spot it at the 3-yard line. First and goal, Maroons. Head under center. Takes the snap, tosses it to Nelson. Spin move. Got away from the first 2 tacklers. The ball came out, and it is recovered by Alexander.
Huge defensive stand by Alexander.
Let's look at the RTC Network's instant replay. I believe it was Carson Getzlaff who came away with it, and I think it was Corey Getzlaff who forced that fumble. First turnover of the game.
You know, if I had to think of one word for Carson Getzlaff right now, it'd be tenacious. He is all over the field making big plays.
Alexander offense back on the field, 1st and 10, starting near their own 5-yard line.
Enormous play by this Comet defense. 1st and 10 for the Comets. It is Corey Getzlaff getting the carry, and they've got a long ways to go, but they're okay with that as they have the football back after that fumble recovery.
Yeah, that was a nice run on first down. It'll give them a little bit of breathing room. Get them out close to the 15-yard line, it looks like.
So Carson Getzlaff with the fumble recovery. Corey Getzlaff had the force. And now the offense trying to pick it up right where the defense left off as Gillespie tries the near side. He's going to be short of first down yardage, bringing up 3rd down.
Well, I don't expect Alexander to do anything that they've done thus far. Probably going to run the ball here.
3rd down, Gillespie, nowhere to go. Good job by Divide County's defense to force a 4th down.
You know, swarming Divide County defense here. That was the biggest play as any. Now we'll see if Alexander's going to punt for, I think, the first time tonight.
Yeah, and boy, you do not want to punt from this position in the field, but
well, we saw what happened when Divide County punted in the first half.
Yep, I think that's been our only punt attempt of the game, and it was blocked. Gillespie lets it go from his right foot. Nice punt. Won't get a huge bounce, but he gets it out to the 39 where it's downed by Julian Gant. And Divide County will send their offense right back onto the field at the exact same yard line where they started their first drive of the half, the Alexander 39-yard line. So Alexander's defense forces a fumble. Their offense goes 3 and out. And then the punt, better than a 4 and out. That would have given the ball right back to Divide County deep in the red zone. They get a few yards of breathing room for their defense. And now we'll see what Divide County can do on this possession. Head fakes the handoff. Stumbles as he was ready to make his cut. That's just a frustrating sequence of events there for Head and Divide County.
Yeah, you can see a little jaw going on out there. The frustrations are starting to pour over a little bit, but he just tried to make a hard cut and lost his footing in this natural turf.
Picks up 1, but that's it. Got to bring up 2nd and 9. 2 receivers to the right. Head fakes the handoff, keeps it. Big hole over the left side. He's got a first down and more inside the 20. Tackled from behind. First down, Maroons.
I'm really enjoying watching Traven Head play right now. He's very intense. He's dialing it up. He's doing an excellent job for the Maroons. He's got a little Baker Mayfield spirit in him. You could see that.
Good call on that one. He wears number 7. And he picks up 20 yards there. That's the longest carry of the game for Head and for Divide County. Stockton Nelson and Weston Peterson have each had a 9-yard carry as their long so far. Speaking of Nelson, there he is, number 44 for Divide County. He's met by Alexander's number 44, Corey Getzloff. And Nelson able to pick up about 3 yards, setting up a second and a long 7.
Well, Alexander responded well the last time Divide County got in the red zone. We'll see if they can respond in kind again.
Second down for Divide County. Second time they've held the ball in this quick-moving third quarter. Head keeping it over the left side. He's got a little seam, and he is inside the 10. He's got a first down, and once again they are knocking on the door.
Yeah, Alexander just doesn't have an answer for Trayvon Head right now. The only time he's been down on this series is when he lost his footing.
Pickup of 12 right there. First and goal from the 5. Head slowed down by Colt Champion. He keeps on pushing, and he is into the end zone for a Divide County touchdown. Trayvon Head from 5 yards out.
So strong. Excellent run by Trayvon Head.
Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. First rushing touchdown of the game for Trayvon Head, and that is a big one as it makes it an 8-point game with 3:23 left to go in the third quarter, and now an all-important 2-point conversion.
All important is right. You know, either team has missed some 2-point conversions tonight, and it might come back to haunt one of them.
We've only seen one successful one so far. It's going to be a give to Nelson right up the middle. The pile keeps moving, and he is in there for the 2-point conversion.
That was an impressive surge to get Stockton Nelson over the line.
It really was. Let's look at that on the RTC Network's instant replay. Divide County within 6. We'll be back. We'll have the kickoff for you right after this quick timeout.
Think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
3:23 left to go in the third quarter. You heard Coach Jacobson say it in our Farmers Union Oil of Watford City coaches' comments. This is why you play the game. And Ross, I'd like to say this is why we announce the game. Games like this. As Alexander looks for a response on the kickoff return, and they're going to get one. There goes Julian Gant into Divide County territory. Enormous return by Julian Gant. First down, Comets.
That was a great open field tackle by Cole Artman. If he doesn't make that tackle, Julian Gant is gone.
First and 10 Comets at the Maroon 41-yard line. 3:13 still to go in this third quarter. We are having fun tonight in Alexander. 9-man football at its finest. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gillespie, quick strike to the right, caught by Spell. He tosses it. It's a lateral. And there goes Champion to the end zone. Wow. Touchdown. There is a flag back at the point of the lateral. I think this one might be coming back. Let's look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
I do not think that Trey Jacobson drew up that hook and ladder.
I don't think so. Oh, my goodness.
That was exciting, but I'm afraid you're right. It's coming back.
Let's listen in to the call from Drew Flogan, our white hat tonight. Illegal forward pass. Well, it was exciting, but it ends up being a penalty.
It was close. Or at least from my angle, it looked close. Oh, golly. Well, you know, it is truly a battle of the Titans in Western North Dakota tonight with these two
Class
B 9-man teams. And if you're watching it, if you're here, you are not disappointed. It's good football.
Neither team is going to give up in this one. Gillespie, spin move, then he's hit by Head, and he did a great job just to get back to the line of scrimmage on that carry. And now, after the huge swing in momentum, it looked like Alexander may have scored a touchdown, but that comes back to the penalty. And now a good swarming job by the defense of Divide County. And Alexander is pushed back into a 3rd and 14 from the Maroon 45-yard line.
Yeah, they might be drawing up that hook and ladder.
Yeah. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gillespie ready for the snap. Here comes the rush. Throws it deep.
Got a man.
He's got him. Touchdown, Alexander. Jaden Champion from 45 yards away.
Man, I think, didn't he have one 41 and now 45? Just a great pass and catch. Gillespie kept his eyes down the field, and he saw Champion just break away at the end. That was a beautiful play.
I've got that as 3 touchdowns now receiving for Jaden Champion. The Divide County coaches below us were hoping for a holding penalty, I believe, against Colt Champion was who they were hoping for, but they don't get it. They're going to go for 2. Pass into the other corner, and that is complete. Julian Gant with the 2-point conversion reception. We're getting great plays all over the field tonight. And just like that, Alexander back up by 14. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Alexander's kickoff after this quick timeout.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
That drive went 3 plays, 41 yards in 1 minute and 1 second. The touchdown pass was longer than the drive yardage after the penalty. 45-yard touchdown pass from Gillespie to Jaden Champion. 2-point conversion pass to Gant was good. 34-20. Alexander with 2:12 to go in the third quarter. Short kickoff. It's loose. And a good, smart play by Maverick Wolf just to fall on it there for Divide County. So Wolf maintains the possession for the Maroons. His spell is slow in getting up for Alexander. He's up to his feet. I don't know if he will stay out there for this defensive possession.
I think he's starting to cramp up a little bit. He nearly made a recovery on that kickoff.
He got close. He saw where that ball was, and he made a run for it. But Wolf able to get there just in time. He will stay out there. He's lined up at the 49-yard line as Traven Head goes under center at his own 37-yard line to start this drive. It'll be a handoff to Stockton Nelson going right up the middle. Once again, 44 meets 44 as Corey Getzloff tackles Stockton Nelson for a pickup of 5 yards.
You know, it's interesting when you heard from the coaches in the pregame and they're talking about the run offense and things being decided in the trenches. This game is playing out a little bit differently, I think, than either one of them thought it might.
It has been entertaining football, no doubt, from Alexander. Looked like Head may have been thinking about a pitch. He decides to keep it, and that looked like the smart decision there. It's a minimal gain, but it's still positive yardage, and most importantly, Head hangs on to the football. Brings up 3rd down and 4. Head close to a first down. I think he got it as he fell over the tackler. Let's look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
Boy, I tell you, he's having a nice game tonight, and that's Andrew Buford, number 54, the center. He does a great job, plays on the line for Divide County on defense. He's just having a whale of a game down there.
Under a minute to go. Quick pass, and a little bit too quick. Looking for his intended receiver, Cole Artman, and he threw it too far in front of him. Did Head. That's his first incompletion after 3 consecutive completions from Traven Head. That stops the clock with 52.4 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, this third quarter's really flown by, hasn't it?
It has. A little bit of movement up front, but no flags. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Divide County from their own 49-yard line. Head will keep it. Cuts it up at the hash mark, and a great positive carry and some extra shoving. And yeah, that looks like it was after the play. And stops the clock with 44 seconds remaining. So Head had the carry. Looked like Buford may be getting called for the late hit after the play was over. And that will give Divide County their 2nd first down of the drive. And that will be a 15-yarder. 5th penalty of the night against Alexander. Tempers flaring up a little bit here as we end this third quarter, near the end of the third quarter. And that moves the ball down to the 27-yard line. One receiver to each side. Head will toss it to Nelson, looking to turn the corner around the left. It's tackled. Nice tackle by Julian Gant to limit the damage on that one. But most of these plays for Divide County is gaining them 5 or more yards, setting them up in good position ahead of the sticks.
Absolutely. Alexander's going to have to stiffen up here a little bit if they want to keep Divide County out of the end zone.
See if they can run one more play before the end of the quarter. 3 seconds. 2, 1. They will not. That will be the end of 3 exciting quarters of football. It's the number 4 team in the state, Alexander 34. The number 5 team in the state, Divide County 20. Stick around. We've got an outstanding 4th quarter prepared for you, and we'll have it right here on Game Day Media after this timeout.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top-quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
2nd and 4 for the Divide County Maroons as Traven Head goes over the left guard and he dives ahead. He is close to first down yardage. Let's take a look at your RTC Network's instant replay on that one. I think he's going to be just a little bit short.
1 yard on the play, and that's enough for the Divide County first down.
Nope, he did get enough. He needed 4, and that is exactly what he got. 3rd first down of the drive, 18th of the game for the Maroons. My name is Titus Stenberg, joined by my color analyst tonight, Ross Sundin. We are in Alexander for this outstanding 9-man football matchup. A toss to the left side, Nelson did a good job of tiptoeing the sidelines to pick up a couple extra yards. And Divide County knocking on the door again, trying to get back to within one score. It's a pickup of 8 there for Nelson.
Divide County just very methodically moving the ball down the field. It seems to be what they do best.
Yeah, this second half, Divide County's rushing offense has been a pleasure to watch. There's a handoff to Nelson right up the middle, tackled by Carson Getzlaff. He had a big defensive play earlier in this third quarter as he recovered a fumble, the only turnover that we have had. Going to be 1 yard short. And how's this for a third down play? 3rd and 1. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. Oh, they're going to bring out the chains. So that stops the clock with 10:30 to go. Thank you for joining us tonight on Game Day Media. Our production crew tonight doing a great job as always. Jackson Lee got most of the setup work done while our cameraman, Matt Gonzalez, worked hard to get the camera in position. He's bringing you all the sights tonight, and they do mark that enough yardage for a first down. So now it's 1st and goal. Divide County. Ball spotted at the 8-yard line. One receiver to each side. Traven Head under center. And Nelson moved early. Nelson moved early, so no play officially happened. Everybody playing through the echo of the whistle there, as that will be the 5th penalty against Divide County, and that one does not come at a good time if you're Divide County.
No, you can ill afford to get a penalty in the red zone.
Down to 10:21 left to go in the fourth, a 14-point lead for Alexander. Move the ball back outside to about the 13-yard line as the handoff goes to Nelson over the left side. He found a little crease and made a big play out of it, getting it inside the 10. I think he got all the penalty yardage back as Ethan Gillespie helps bring him to the turf. Colin Spell also in on that stop. Clock keeps running.
2nd and goal at the Alexander 6.
Yeah, you're not going to see Divide County panic on this drive. They just know they need to punch it in.
Yeah, we've already seen them with a 17-play drive as they get ready for 2nd goal from the 6. Nelson going to the short side of the field on the left side. Champion and Spell along with Carson Getzlaff making the stop there on Nelson. Not a lot of running room on the short side of the field.
Yeah, you can't help but wonder if Divide County isn't maybe setting something up for the wide side here.
Give him a gain of 1 on that carry. Brings up 3rd and goal from the 5. The 12th play of the drive as we hit the 9-minute mark remaining in this 4th quarter. Play action fake. And Head is hit. He is sacked by Buford, but hold on. Flags come flying.
That's a face mask, Titus.
And that one really hurts. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay catching the end of that play. You see the flags come in there. And
looked like Colt Champion just got in there, and when Traven Head tried to duck the tackle, he got his hand caught up in the face mask.
So the 6th Alexander penalty moved the football half the distance to the goal. And it's 3rd and goal once again. Ball spotted inside the 3-yard line. Penalties have hurt Alexander a little bit in this second half. Right now they're winning the turnover battle 1-0. with that forced fumble that came at about this yardage on the opposite end of the field. 3rd and goal, and now we've got whistles blowing. No timeout, or no flag, I should say, but there is a timeout. This one is brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. Everybody, catch your breath. Come on back for 3rd and goal for Divide County in this top 5 showdown from the western edge of North Dakota.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome back to Alexander. Titus Stenberg alongside Ross Sundin for this huge 9-man football matchup. Stick around. We've got more football coming up for you next week. We'll be back to AA as Watford City hits the road to Bismarck to take on Bismarck St. Mary's in a huge AA West matchup down there in the capital city. Right here, it's 3rd and goal for Divide County. The ball spotted at the Alexander 3-yard line. Head under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Nelson, and he is met in the backfield. Wow! Corey Getzloff with the tackle.
What a huge defensive play by Corey Retzloff.
That's going to be a loss of 2 yards.
Corey Getzloff with the TFL on that play. And that drives Nelson back. Ross, I believe that's the first negative carry of the game for Divide County and Stockton Nelson.
That was as big as any defensive play Alexander could have come up with.
Here's a huge 4th down play, and there's another big defensive play. It's picked off by Julian Gant. A flag is on the field.
Flag comes in after the interception, so I don't think that's going to affect possession.
Yep, I think you're right. I think the interception will count as Julian Gant gets the 2nd turnover of the night.
Well, they talk about defense winning football games, and Alexander just really stepped up at the tail end of that drive with 2 huge plays. First, you had Corey Getzloff, and then you had the interception.
That penalty will be for an illegal block in the back on the return.
Sure.
So it goes on the return against Alexander, an illegal block in the back. So the interception counts, and that's the main thing. But Alexander's going to take over in not very good field position for the 2nd time this half. This will be starting at their own 7-yard line with 8:06 remaining in the 4th quarter. Now the name of the game is to choose some clock off.
Oh boy.
And look at that. Corey Getzloff. I think he's still fired up from that big TFL that he had. And he picks up a huge gain on 1st down.
He just gave Gillespie a lot of breathing room.
No doubt about that.
I'm sure Coach Jacobson would like to see his boys just grind a long one out and try and get it in the end zone one more time. But I'm sure the focus is on 1st downs and burning time.
That's what I was thinking, but then after you see a chunk play like that, maybe you just want to go ahead and score. Make it a 3-score game.
Right.
1st and 10, Alexander. They've got the ball out to the 23-yard line. And a 2-touchdown lead. It's been turnovers in the red zone that have been the difference so far tonight. Gillespie going to get wrapped up, keeps on going. The pads are still popping down on the field. Artman finally able to bring him down along with the help of Traven Head, but what a run by Gillespie. Let's take a look at that on the RTC Network's instant replay.
He wasn't going down easy, was he, Titus?
No, not at all. That was as entertaining of a quarterback 3-yard run that you will see. Gillespie now up to 39 yards on the ground so far tonight.
Ball at the Alexander 26.
We are midway through this fourth quarter. One of these teams is going to remain undefeated with one game left in their regular season schedule. Gillespie hoping it's his Comets. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Getzlaff, and he goes up the middle. This time it's Getzlaff tackled by Nelson. Those 44s have met many times so far tonight.
Well, the sure-handed Getzlaff, you know, the last thing Alexander wants to do is cough it up here, and they haven't, and I don't think they will. He protects the ball really well.
Corey Getzlaff now with 6 carries for 54 yards. Rope Simonson came into the game as one of Alexander's leading rushers. He has only carried the football twice as Gillespie keeps it over the right side. We see a flag. I thought there may have been movement early. They let the play somewhat develop, but I think that is the right call, calling a false start against Alexander. So 5-yard penalty.
Now 3rd and 7.
And now instead of a 3rd and 2, you're looking at a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that was an ill-timed penalty. Of course, they always are, but especially at that with that field position.
3rd and 7 for Alexander. Gillespie in the shotgun. Sends Spell in motion. Fakes the handoff to him. He's got a man over the middle. It's caught! Caught by Jaden Champion. No one in front of him. He will go all the way.
What a great call. Oh, there wasn't anybody within a country mile.
Jaden Champion with the touchdown reception. That one goes 74 yards. 5th touchdown of the night for Ethan Gillespie. And that is Jaden Champion's 4th receiving touchdown of the night.
He's having an incredible night. You know, senior night, why not?
That's right. Gillespie for the 2-point conversion, throws it up for Colt Champion a little bit too far, and it falls incomplete. 5:34 left to go in regulation. On your NCC scoreboard, it's Alexander 40, Divide County 20. We'll be back with a kickoff right after this.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
What a drive by the Comets. 93 yards they cover in just over 2.5 minutes. How's that for an exclamation point on that long touchdown pass from Gillespie to Jaden Champion?
You know, if you're a Comet fan, you got to be happy. If you're a Seniors fan, Jaden Champion, what a wonderful night. Senior night, 4 touchdowns. That's what kids dream about when they're little, want to play varsity football and do well for their team. They're doing it right here tonight in Alexander.
So Divide County has moved the football really well in this second half, but they have had turnover problems inside the red zone as Champion delivers this kick over to the right side. It's a catch by Mason Johnson. He falls to the turf immediately to maintain possession, and Divide County will take over with 5:33 left.
You can see the respect that Alexander has for this return unit for Divide County. They're starting to kick those little shorties up there, and they know they're going to get good field position. They don't want to risk giving up a touchdown at this point in the game.
We've seen both return teams with some good returns on special teams. Divide County has more first downs than Alexander does at this point with 19 of them, but trailing by 20 on the scoreboard. Good run by Stockton Nelson. Brought down by Colt Champion after another good carry that picks up 7 yards. Nelson has just been so steady tonight with many 7- and 8-yard carries. That one gets him 9 yards away from 100. Traven Head crossed 100 yards a while ago so far tonight. Here's Head throwing it to the right side. Incomplete, intended for Weston Peterson.
Yeah, Stockton Nelson's really been a workhorse for this Divide County unit tonight.
I've got Head right now running the football 25 times for 131 yards and a touchdown. Stockton Nelson has ran the football 24 times for 91 yards and a touchdown. 3rd and 2 for the Maroons. Ball spotted right at midfield. Head with a quarterback sneak, and he's got the first down. Champion brings him down. It was high, but I think that was a clean tackle. No flags on the field. Gain of 3 or 4 for Head.
Yeah, you're starting to see that maybe these teams don't like each other quite so much.
Lots of talk leading up to this game this week. It was really the talk of the entire state when you see 2 ranked teams going at it in the same region this late in the season. Here's a quick pass to the left side. Good defense. Broken up by Carson Getzloff.
Yeah, good coverage, got a hand in there, knocked it away. That's the play that the Comets needed at this point in the game.
So at one point, Head had 3 completions in a row. Since then, he has thrown 4 incompletions in a row with an interception mixed in there. And now it's 2nd and 10 from the 46. Handoff to Nelson, starts up the middle, goes to the left. Gets tripped up by Getzloff along with the freshman Charlie Klein. And it'll be 3rd down. Divide County in a hurry right now, down by 20.
Well, those Getzloff boys in the linebacker position, they really have a nose for the football.
They are fun to watch. And we have a timeout. 4:09 left to play in the 4th quarter. 40-20. Comets with the lead. We'll be back right after this timeout.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Thank you to Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial for bringing you our timeouts this year. And you saw her ad right there. Have a great lineup of sponsors. Huge thank you to all of you who have come alongside with us here at GameDay Media in the Watford City Market, bringing you Alexander and Watford City football this season. Also got to do one Killdeer game, and we are excited for what lies ahead in October. Here goes Head, back to pass, throws it deep over the left side, and his intended receiver got a little bit turned around on that one, intended for Cole Artman.
Well, it was a nice-looking ball, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, I think Artman, I don't know if he lost track a little bit of where he was on the field or just where the football was, but he had to turn around, and that made that catch that much more difficult. And now it's 4th down for Divide County.
You know, just looking at some of the body language of some of these players, you can tell that this has been a long physical game.
Yeah, it certainly has. His Head takes the snap, sets up a screen to the left side. Nelson cannot bring it in. And that will turn the ball over on downs back to Alexander. Divide County put up a great fight here tonight. Got to give their coaching staff a lot of credit. Their co-head coaches, Bob Brown and Nate Nelson, have been doing this a long time, and they've really have this program going in the right direction, but looks like they're going to come up a little bit short here tonight.
Yeah, you know, it takes a special relationship to have co-head coaches for a football team, and these guys have done it better than anyone.
For a long time. Up there in northwestern North Dakota. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gillespie starts right, goes left, big hole, 1st down into Divide County territory before he's tackled by Traven Head. And now Alexander picking up yardage in big chunks, and that carry gives Alexander exactly 400 yards of offense. by my unofficial stats.
That's an incredible statistic.
This Divide County defense has had a good season so far, but tonight the Comets are getting the best of them and have really done it more so through the air than I was expecting. I've got 251 passing yards for Alexander, 149 rushing yards. Hand off to Getzlaff. Wolf holds on to him. He tackled him by the arm. Wow, let's see if we catch that on the RTC Network's instant replay. As Wolf with the TFL. It's a loss of 3 for Corey Getzlaff. It is a timeout taken by Divide County. We're going to keep it right here as we thank a couple of our live read sponsors. I want to remind you once again, our timeout's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez and LPL Financial. WCAG, check them out at wcag.church. See the regular times up there on the screen for services, but it's a little bit different this week. It's going to be one service, one church in one location at the McKenzie County Ag Expo, 11 a.m. start. You can arrive at 10:30. Have some coffee and donuts with us there at the McKenzie County Ag Expo this Sunday, October 12th. I also want to thank McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, where pioneering runs strong right there on the west side of Watford City. They are open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the Wolfpack Booster Club, helping out Watford City athletes and activities. They're cheering on the Wolves down in Jamestown tonight. See if we can get a final score for you, that one, before we sign off the air tonight. 3:15 to go in the fourth quarter right here. Gillespie, oh, he faked one way. Nobody was there. That'll be a big sack for Maverick Wolf along with his teammate Chase Valverde. And Alexander moving the wrong direction after picking up one first down.
Yeah, it looked like a miscommunication there. Gillespie turned to hand the ball and there was no one there for him.
So now it's 3rd and 18 for Alexander. They're hurting their rushing stats, and now they're back below 400 yards. See if they can get back up above it after they're moved back into Alexander territory. In good shape on the scoreboard, leading at 40-20. As Gillespie fakes, throws. It is caught on the near sideline by Culbertson. 35 down to the 33s, close to a first down.
What a great move after the catch by Culbertson.
See if we can catch that on our RTC Network's instant replay. And he got the first down.
You know, what a gritty young man. I've been watching him limp around out there most of the game. He's got it, must have twisted his left ankle a little bit or something.
That's right.
Just comes up huge there for the Comets.
You noticed that early in the game. I had kind of forgotten about it, but now that you mention it again, I do remember you noticing that. And yeah, what a big play here to keep possession for Alexander and allow them to run some more time off the clock. Be a handoff to Gant. Big hole over the left side. He lowers his shoulder. He's inside the 10. More yards for Julian Gant. Another Alexander first down. And Alexander can smell it now. They are getting close to their 8th victory of the season.
Absolutely. They just keep pouring coal into the boiler and picking up a head of steam. That was a great run by Julian Grant.
25-yard run by Julian Gant. He's up to 57 rushing yards to go along with his impressive game through the air as well. He has a touchdown both on the ground and as a receiver.
Yeah, just a junior, Julian Grant, having a great game.
Clock is stopped with 1:53 remaining in this fourth quarter. Gillespie again looks like got mixed up, and as good as you feel if you're Alexander, this offense just hasn't looked the same on this drive as it has for much of the second half.
No, they sure haven't. You know, it's been a couple big plays that's really kind of saved their bacon going down. I don't know what's going on exactly, if there's a miscommunication with the plays coming in, or I'm sure Coach Jacobson will get that figured out.
Job there by our producer Jackson Lee, reminding us to go ahead and you can find Game Day Media on Facebook, and also it looks like you've already found us on YouTube if you're watching this, but go ahead and like and subscribe and make us a part of your day. Get notifications there as Gillespie hands it off to Gant. He cuts it up the middle, keeps his legs churning towards the end zone. Didn't quite get in, but that's probably okay if you're Alexander. Let some more time run off the clock.
3rd and goal. Ball now to Divide County's 4-yard line.
Yeah, you know, it helps when you've got a running game and you put a running back in the backfield, Titus.
Yes. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. They do have to snap it one more time. And they do, and they kneel it, and that is going to do it. This one is going to go final. What a game we had here tonight, and it ends up being a win for Alexander by a final score of 40-20. Stick around, we'll have your post-game show coming up next.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to Alexander. The Alexander Comets pick up the win. Welcome into your Johnson & Sundin Law Office post-game show, providing quality legal expertise with common sense and small town service. That's Johnson & Sundin Law Office. I'm finishing up a few stats from the way that this game turned out. Let's recap the second half scoring summary. Divide County actually got on the board first in the second half as the Maroons had a 5-play, 39-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock, a 5-yard touchdown run by Traven Head, and the 2-point conversion good, and that made it a score of 26-20. Alexander bounced back with a 3-play, 41-yard drive that took 1 minute and 1 second off the clock, scoring on a 45-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Gillespie to Jaden Champion. 2-point pass was good. Made it 34-20 Alexander with 2:12 left. And then Alexander went 4 plays, 93 yards in 2 minutes and 32 seconds on a 74-yard touchdown pass from Gillespie to Jaden Champion. 2-point conversion attempt was no good, and that gave us our final score of 40-20, that coming with 5:34 left in the fourth quarter. Ross Sundin has caught up with our First International Bank and Trust Player of the Game. First International Bank and Trust, a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Ross, whenever you're ready, you take it away with Jaden Champion, our Player of the Game.
Thanks, Titus. I have the privilege of being down on the field with Jaden Champion. Jaden, 183 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. You're a senior. It's senior night. How did it feel?
Huge, biggest game of this, till playoffs, biggest game of the season. I was happy we were able to come out, play good, and I was able to play good. Just phenomenal.
Tell me about your teammates. It looks like you guys really have a rapport out there.
Yeah, we finally came together as a family and played as a family. It's been a little rough the past couple games, but we played good. I was proud of all the freshmen that came up and was able to make plays for us. It wasn't just the seniors or the juniors. It was the whole team, whole family did great tonight.
Well, Jaden, I think Alexander Phantom's proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Titus, our First International Bank and Trust Player of the Game, Jaden Champion.
Outstanding. Great job down there. And you can hear it. He was working hard tonight, and he sounded like he's working hard still. Great job by him. And let's keep it down there on the field with Ross as he is with our victorious head coach, Trey Jacobson, for these post-game coaches' comments brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City. Ross, take it away.
Thanks, Titus. We're down here with Trey Jacobson. We're going to keep it real. Coach Jacobson, earlier in the night, you said, hey, we're going to get it done in the trenches, and you went to the air. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, we had a few plays hidden back in the works for the past few weeks and just kind of waiting to pounce on the opportunity. But, yeah, Divide played a heck of a game. I mean, they're tough up front, and they stalled us out, and we had to utilize our weapon, and he showed out.
Coach Jacobson, I had the privilege of watching you play as a young man in McKenzie County. I always called you the unflappable Trey Jacobson because you kept a cool head about you. Composure tonight, your team's composure. Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think I'm more vocal as a coach than I ever was as a player. But, yeah, it's just a great group of guys. They like to play football. They play it the right way. They play aggressive and fast, and that's what we want.
Awesome. Congratulations, Coach. You did a great job.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Back to you, Titus.
All right. Thank you very much, Ross. What a great job by Trey Jacobson, not only tonight, but really in his entire career, as he has done an amazing job leading this 9-man football team to now the number 4 team in the state. They improved to 8-0 on the season. And let's see how they did it tonight, statistically speaking. For Alexander, they had 439 yards of total offense, 169 rushing yards, 270 passing yards. Ethan Gillespie goes 9 for 13, 270 yards and 5 touchdown passes. It was 4 touchdown receptions by that young man who was our player of the game, Jaden Champion. In total, 5 catches for 183 yards and those 4 touchdowns. Julian Gant added 2 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. Caden Culbertson, a catch for 19 yards. Colin Spell, 1 catch for 14 yards. On the ground, Alexander was led by Julian Gant, 4 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. Corey Getzlaff carried the ball 7 times for 51 yards. Ethan Gillespie, 15 carries for 45 yards. Rope Simonson, 2 carries for 10 yards. As a team, 28 carries for 169 yards. They did commit 7 penalties for 43 yards, a couple of them at inopportune times, but they were able to work around those and get the victory here tonight. And then I want to spend a minute talking about Alexander's defense coming up clutch in huge spots after Divide County had driven deep into the red zone. They got a forced fumble by Corey Getzlaff that was recovered by Carson Getzlaff. and then Julian Gant with that 4th down interception that really sealed the game. Great job by Alexander's defense.
That might very well have been the defensive stand of the game, Titus, and it really reflects what Alexander did tonight. All across the board, they just pursued, they scraped, they were scrappy, they played with a lot of tenaciousness, and I'm real proud. I'm really proud of what Alexander was able to do defensively tonight on the ball.
Yep, it was a treat to watch. Let's also talk about Divide County. They had 289 yards of offense tonight, including 2 really impressive drives, one of them ending in the end zone, one of them, for them, unfortunately, ending in that fumble. But they put together 289 yards offense, 245 rushing yards, 44 passing yards. That coming from Traven Head as he goes 4 for 12 for 44 yards. Did have that 1 interception and 1 touchdown. That went to Cole Artman as he had 2 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. Eric Domstrike, 1 catch for 5 yards. Stockton Nelson, 1 catch for 3 yards. Rushing the football, Traven Head led the way. 26 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown. Stockton Nelson, 25 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Weston Peterson, 3 carries for 16 yards. As a team, 54 carries for 245 yards. Divide County ends up with 5 penalties for 34 yards. And those 2 tough turnovers, 1 fumble and 1 interception. The score, I think, is going to be a little more lopsided than really how evenly matched these 2 teams were. Give Alexander credit, but you also have to give some credit to Divide County. They kept it close for a long ways into this second half, and really you take away those 2 plays in the red zone, take away that fumble, take away that interception, and we could have had a 1-score or even a tie ball game.
Oh, absolutely. Make no mistake, Divide County is an excellent team, and feel real fortunate we were able to watch him here tonight. But, I go back to the second half when Alexander scored with 0.9 seconds.
Right. Yes, good point.
If they're able to come up with a big play there and make a stop, we've got a different third quarter staring us in the face. So I really look forward to seeing Divide County and Alexander, if things play out the way they should, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think it's a coin toss if they end up facing one another sometime down the road.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a treat if we get to see this matchup again? I'm looking at the flag there. It does look like the wind is blowing. What did you feel when you were out there? Was the wind still blowing?
The wind has picked up a little bit.
Okay.
It's out of the east, and so I'm going to go to the old wives' tales here. I think we're going to get some moisture coming in.
Hey, you know what? That would be all right with me. As a rancher, we never turn down rain, and we will take that at any time. But we're also thankful for the dry weather that we've had for football season, especially on nights like tonight where the camera gets to go outside the window. We're glad that it wasn't rainy at all. Well, I want to thank my crew tonight. Outstanding job, guys. We had a little bit of adversity, but we fought through it early on, and I think we had a great broadcast. Huge thank you to Matt Gonzalez, your cameraman, Jackson Lee, our producer. He's had perfect attendance on games that I've done this year. +1, he added a volleyball game to his resume earlier in the week as Randy Peterson and David made the drive down to Watford to cover that Watford City Stanley close volleyball match. I was so excited to do what we do here on Game Day Media. Once again, the final score tonight, Alexander 40, Divide County 20. Alexander clinches the region title with this win. They improve to 8-0 on the season. For Divide County, it's a tough loss tonight as they drop to 7-1, but both of these teams still have everything to play for, and what a 9-man game we were treated to here tonight. Ross, do you have any final comments before we sign off?
Well, I do. I've been wandering around down here for the better part of an hour or so, and I have to tell you, whoever is in charge of the facilities in Alexander, North Dakota, impresses me. They're just a beautiful field. They have beautiful facilities, and I tip my hats to the Comets and Comet fandom.
Absolutely. I hope we're going to be able to do a lot more games from here this year and in the years to come. Next up for us, our next broadcast on Game Day Media from the Watford City Market will be a road game for the Watford City Wolves as they travel to Bismarck St. Mary's in a really important AA West matchup. And let's do one last check of the scoreboard before we sign off here. And as it's been a full day of football all across the state, and We've got more coming up for you next week. That will be a 6 o'clock start. Last update we had tonight was Watford City leading Jamestown 34-21 with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. So it looks like the Wolves have a good chance of picking up another AA West win. And that makes that matchup against St. Mary's all the more important next week from Bismarck. Once again, the plan for that is next Thursday, October 16th. That will be a 5:30 p.m. pregame show with a 6 p.m. Northern States Fishing Tools opening kickoff. Until then, that will do it for us from Alexander tonight. Thanks for joining us. My name is Titus Stenberg on behalf of Ross Sundin, Matt Gonzalez, and Jackson Lee. This is Titus Stenberg signing off. So long, everybody.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson & Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels, LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM.